It's your boy Revolutionary, cuz I am your favorite freedom fighter, thugging it everywhere. Don't believe me? Ask that bitch think about me. You did? Now on my mama. Mama. 3 times everything. You know I'm gang related and shit, you dig? But yeah, man, shout out to the homie Spider Low. Shout out to the Black Box. I fuck with that nigga in his little podcast shit he got going. But recently I seen a video, I guess, with the homie Trick from Detroit. And I guess he was on like a local news station. He basically was putting up a bounty for somebody that killed the innocent kid. And I fuck with Trick. The long way Parlay from Atlanta recently made a post about an 8-year-old girl that was shot by some dude that didn't know what the fuck he was doing. And basically said all the gang members in Atlanta, the gang leaders need to gang up, and we basically need to have justice in our streets. Fuck waiting for these police officers to come and arrest this criminal, because when you start involving innocent women and kids, this gang shit to another level. There ain't nothing gangster about involving women and kids, you dig? But I guess the homie Spider Low, we're basically saying that, you know, he respect what he's saying, how he feel, but once you involve the law, you can no longer classify yourself as a street gangster, a street criminal, big homie, OG. I get that to a point. Couple things. That's what the gangs were put in the community for back in the days, correct? To protect and serve our community. Cool. So if we're not doing that, unfortunately, we have to rely on certain services that we claim are still for those civilians. And I get it. He claims once you use those services, you're considered a civilian. I get that to a point. But like he said, we need to have justice, whether it's a police or niggas in the street getting at this nigga. Same thing the homie Parlay said, and I dig that. But let's wind it back to June 1st. I seen a video of Spider Low. Okay. Now, if you're not active in this street shit, you can't speak on anything that's currently going on. I get it. We get older in age. We mature. We no longer become active on the block. Some of us. I get it. But the thing is, if you had money, you should be putting up your bread too. I'm mad that all these other celebrities ain't putting money on niggas' heads. That's causing terror to our people. Like me, I done put $10,000 on a Klansman member head before, Christopher Cantwell. For those that remember the story. But that's what's wrong with Cali gang members. They feel like they can dictate the laws of what goes on in somebody else's community, neighborhood, city, state. And if you was the big homie of your section, you can't call the shots on what happens in St. Louis, New Orleans, Miami, Chicago, let alone Detroit. Now, Spider Low, you are not the king of any city. Too many niggas in your own state or city beefing with you, cuz. And I fuck with you. I was supposed to do an interview with you back in like 2015 when the homie It's Neek was trying to tap me in with you. At that point, I guess you wasn't doing nothing with your career. So, you know, kind of kept it moving. Still focused to this day. But you can't denounce somebody's status. You don't know what this man is doing in his community. You know how many families he's employed with this gauge cannabis shit? Other than some street shit? Yeah, this nigga's the mayor of Detroit. Like how they got ranks in different city. Miami, they say Luke runner, then Trick next, and then Ross after. No, nigga, Detroit is Trick, nigga. Like, this nigga hold down his community. So yeah, he feel like he's the guardian for his community. So what? He gonna protect his community one way or another. So you know what? I feel where this nigga's coming from, cuz. I feel where that nigga coming from. Meaning more of these celebrity niggas putting up bounties on heads of niggas killing innocent women and kids. And this ain't new to Trick been on protecting the women and kids in his community. They're just now being publicized and shit, you dig?
Now, I'm not saying, hey, I'm not the one saying G code. I live by the G code. I've been let y'all know I ain't been active in a long time. I am familiar with what the G code is. I'm with it. If we're saying the G code is over, and it don't have to be we. I understand what the institution that I was invested in is over. Not only do I not actively involve myself in it, the people that are considering themselves active are currently making peace with arch enemies that we have been in bloodshed for over decades. So the energy that the people that I'm affiliated with is on out of the G code as well. I salute that. I have young men I'm raising, and I've been a coach. I have no young person in this world that I would advise to, hey, this thing called the G code, and this is where you should be headed, right? But let me tell you the worst thing you can do.
But like Spotlow said, out his own mouth, he ain't really active no more. He's a family man. Wait a minute. You're a union worker like myself. But you know what? We have to go to lawmakers to get these big government contracts. Because who you think funds the union of us paying our dues? Would you allow our board members and everybody that's a delegate, how do you think they get these job contracts? The only way to have effective change in the community is to sit down with lawmakers. You ain't gonna get no change just tearing shit down in the hood. You gotta sit down with the local police department, the local sheriff department. Shout out to homie Scott LaRock Jr. My nigga came home from jail, thugging. Shout out to Blood. And what he's doing now? Getting active in the community. Unfortunately, you have to sit down with the enemy to come to agreement to stop civil wars. What thing happens in other countries when people go to war? If one person don't die out, they call it draw. And they figure out how can both communities come together and live amongst each other with and still have peace. This ain't an attack towards Spotlow. This ain't. I get where you coming from. But you can only speak on but so much about what goes on in the hood. And I get it. I'm a father too. I had to go back to work the past 3 years because my career wasn't booming. I get it. I get it. But you can't tell a nigga that he can no longer consider himself the big homie. He's no longer OG or he's no longer a street nigga. This is not another T.I. situation, my nigga. Where somebody pleading guilty and they're agreeing to do this because it's a part of their probation. Nah, nigga really concerned about his community, my nigga. And he didn't say on any bullshit crime. If you gotta rob a store or rob a bank to feed your family, shit, nigga, I support that, cuz. But when you involve hurting innocent women and kids, somebody gotta draw the line sometime. Where the real gangsters at? This ain't no Snoop Dogg the Game situation, cuz. He made it seem like he's just some internet sensation. Nah. Cuz ain't famous for music. He's famous for being a Detroit goon, my nigga. We know this. And I had the opportunity to meet Trick, to chop it up with him on multiple occasions. Real humble nigga. You don't always have to abuse your power. But I ain't gonna talk your motherfucking head off. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment. Follow me on Instagram, RevolutionaryCuz, like the Facebook fan page, TheRevolutionaryCuzShow. Check out my website, TheRevolutionaryCuzShow.com. Stay tuned. A lot of dope shit coming your way. Triples.